Number 10. The USS Midway Museum is a historical naval aircraft carrier museum located in downtown San Diego, California at Navy Pier. The museum consists of the aircraft carrier Midway. The ship houses an extensive collection of aircraft, many of which were built in Southern California. The USS Midway was the United States' longest-serving aircraft carrier of the 20th century, from 1945 to 1992. Approximately 200,000 sailors served aboard the carrier, known for several naval aviation breakthroughs as well as several humanitarian missions. It was the only carrier to serve the entire length of the Cold War and beyond. It is currently a museum ship in San Diego, California. Midway opened as a museum on June 7, 2004. By 2012, annual visitation exceeded 1 million visitors. As of 2015, Midway is the most popular naval warship museum in the United States. The museum has over 13,000 members, and hosts more than 700 events a year, including more than 400 active-duty Navy retirements, re-enlistments, and changes of command. The museum also hosts approximately 50,000 students on field trips and 5,000 children in its overnight program annually. Admission includes a self-guided audio tour, narrated by former Midway sailors to more than 60 locations, including sleeping quarters, engine room, galley, bridge, brig, post office, forecastle, pilot's ready rooms, officers' quarters, primary flight control, and officers' country. Other features include climb aboard aircraft and cockpits, videos, flight simulators, and a narrated audio tour for youngsters. Number 9. The Golden Gate Bridge is a suspension bridge spanning the Golden Gate, the 1-mile-wide, 1.6 kilometers, strait connecting San Francisco Bay and the Pacific Ocean. The structure links the U.S. city of San Francisco, California to Marin County, carrying both U.S. Route 101 and California State Route 1 across the strait. The bridge is one of the most internationally recognized symbols of San Francisco, California, and the United States. It was initially designed by engineer Joseph Strauss in 1917. It has been declared one of the wonders of the modern world by the American Society of Civil Engineers. The Frommer's Travel Guide describes the Golden Gate Bridge as possibly the most beautiful, certainly the most photographed, bridge in the world. At the time of its opening in 1937, it was both the longest and the tallest suspension bridge in the world, with a main span of 4,200 feet, 1,280 meters, and a total height of 746 feet, 227 meters. Before the bridge was built, the only practical short route between San Francisco and what is now Marin County was by boat across a section of San Francisco Bay. A ferry service began as early as 1820, with a regularly scheduled service beginning in the 1840s for the purpose of transporting water to San Francisco. Number 8. The Getty Center, in Los Angeles, California, is a campus of the Getty Museum and other programs of the Getty Trust. The $1.3 billion center opened to the public on December 16, 1997 and is well known for its architecture, gardens, and views overlooking Los Angeles. The center sits atop a hill connected to a visitor's parking garage at the bottom of the hill by a 3-car, cable-pulled hovertron people mover. Located in the Brentwood neighborhood of Los Angeles, the center is one of 2 locations of the J. Paul Getty Museum and draws 1.8 million visitors annually. The other location is the Getty Villa in the Pacific Palisades neighborhood of Los Angeles, California. The center branch of the museum features pre-20th century European paintings, drawings, illuminated manuscripts, sculpture, and decorative arts, and photographs from the 1830s through present day from all over the world. In addition, the museum's collection at the center includes outdoor sculpture displayed on terraces and in gardens and the large central garden designed by Robert Irwin. Among the artworks on display is the Vincent van Gogh painting Irises. Designed by architect Richard Meyer, the campus also houses the Getty Research Institute, GRI, the Getty Conservation Institute, the Getty Foundation, and the J. Paul Getty Trust. The center's design included special provisions to address concerns regarding earthquakes and fires. Number 7. La Jolla is a hilly, seaside community within the city of San Diego, California, occupying 7 miles of curving coastline along the Pacific Ocean within the northern city limits. The population reported in the 2010 census was 46,781. La Jolla is surrounded on 3 sides by ocean bluffs and beaches and is located 12 miles north of downtown San Diego and 45 miles south of Orange County. The climate is mild, with an average daily temperature of 70.5 degrees Fahrenheit. La Jolla is home to many educational institutions and a variety of businesses in the areas of lodging, dining, shopping, software, finance, real estate, bioengineering, medical practice and scientific research. The University of California, San Diego, UCSD, is located in La Jolla, as are the Salk Institute, Scripps Institution of Oceanography, part of UCSD, Scripps Research Institute, and the headquarters of National University, though its academic campuses are elsewhere. During the Mexican period of San Diego's history, La Jolla was mapped as Pueblo land and contained about 60 lots. When California became a state in 1850, the La Jolla area was incorporated as part of the chartered city of San Diego. In 1870, Charles Dean acquired several of the Pueblo lots and subdivided them into an area that became known as La Jolla Park. Dean was unable to develop the land and left San Diego in 1881. A real estate boom in the 1880s led speculators Frank T. Botsford and George W. Heald to further develop the sparsely settled area. Number 6. Alcatraz Island is located in San Francisco Bay, 1.25 miles offshore from San Francisco, California, United States. The small island was developed with facilities for a lighthouse, a military fortification, a military prison, and a federal prison from 1934 until March 21, 1963. The water currents around the island were high at all times, which presumably decreased the chance of an inmate escaping. Beginning in November 1969, the island was occupied for more than 19 months by a group of Native Americans from San Francisco, who were part of a wave of Native American activism across the U.S., with public protests through the 1970s. In 1972, Alcatraz became part of Golden Gate National Recreation Area and received designation as a National Historic Landmark in 1986. Today, the island's facilities are managed by the National Park Service as part of Golden Gate National Recreation Area. It is open to tours. Visitors can reach the island in a little under 15 minutes by ferry ride from Pier 33, located between the San Francisco Ferry Building and Fisherman's Wharf, San Francisco. Hornblower Cruises and Events, operating under the name Alcatraz Cruises, is the official ferry provider to and from the island. Number 5. Yosemite National Park has been a national treasure for over 125 years. It is the natural creation of glaciers grinding over and through granite, creating spectacular mountains and valleys in the Sierra Nevada. Scattered throughout the rock are waterfalls, and beautiful meadows amidst the forests. These ancient giant sequoias stand in striking contrast to the vibrantly blue lakes and gray-white rock. The most well-known feature of Yosemite is Half Dome, a massive granite rock face that is sheet on one side and sloped enough for hiking on the other. Ansel Adams produced the most famous photography of Yosemite beginning in 1927 with the now iconic image of Half Dome. He called the valley a glitter of green and golden wonder in a vast edifice of stone and space. A gallery of his works can be found in Yosemite Village. Visitors can explore hundreds of miles of trails on foot, horseback, cross-country skis or snowshoes. Backpackers can extend their stay in the remote corners of the park. The Mariposa Grove of giant sequoias near the southern entrance is a very popular sightseeing attraction. During 2015 and 2016 the grove will undergo restoration work, limiting access but ensuring the survival of the trees. Number 4. Disneyland Park, originally Disneyland, is the first of 2 theme parks built at the Disneyland Resort in Anaheim, California, opened on July 17, 1955. It is the only theme park designed and built to completion under the direct supervision of Walt Disney. It was originally the only attraction on the property. Its official name was changed to Disneyland Park to distinguish it from the expanding complex in the 1990s. It was the first Disney theme park. Walt Disney came up with the concept of Disneyland after visiting various amusement parks with his daughters in the 1930s and 1940s. He initially envisioned building a tourist attraction adjacent to his studios in Burbank to entertain fans who wished to visit. However, he soon realized that the proposed site was too small. After hiring a consultant to help him determine an appropriate site for his project, Disney bought a 160-acre site near Anaheim in 1953. Construction began in 1954 and the park was unveiled during a special televised press event on the ABC television network on July 17, 1955. Number 3. Joshua Tree National Park is an American national park in southeastern California, east of Los Angeles and San Bernardino, near Palm Springs. The park is named for the Joshua trees native to the Mojave Desert. Originally declared a national monument in 1936, Joshua Tree was redesignated as a national park in 1994 when the U.S. Congress passed the California Desert Protection Act. Encompassing a total of 790,636 acres, an area slightly larger than the state of Rhode Island, the park includes 429,690 acres of designated wilderness. Straddling the border between San Bernardino County and Riverside County, the park includes parts of two deserts, each an ecosystem whose characteristics are determined primarily by elevation, the higher Mojave Desert and the lower Colorado Desert. The Little San Bernardino Mountains traverse the southwest edge of the park. Number 2. The Hollywood sign is an American landmark and cultural icon overlooking Hollywood, Los Angeles, California. It is situated on Mount Lee, in the Hollywood Hills area of the Santa Monica Mountains. Hollywood is spelled out in 45-foot-tall white capital letters and is 350 feet long. The sign was originally created in 1923 as a temporary advertisement for a local real estate development, but due to increasing recognition, the sign was left up. The sign has been a frequent target of pranks and vandalism across the decades, but it has since undergone restoration, including the installation of a security system to deter vandalism. The sign is protected and promoted by the Hollywood Sign Trust, a non-profit organization, while its site and the surrounding land are part of Griffith Park. The sign makes frequent appearances in popular culture, particularly in establishing shots for films and television programs set in or around Hollywood. Signs of similar style, but spelling different words, are frequently seen as parodies. The Hollywood Chamber of Commerce holds trademark rights to the Hollywood sign. Number 1. The Santa Monica Pier is a large double-jointed pier at the foot of Colorado Avenue in Santa Monica, California, United States. It contains a small amusement park, concession stands, and areas for views and fishing. The pier contains Pacific Park, a family amusement park with its solar-paneled Ferris wheel. The brightly lit wheel can be seen from a distance and has been turned off during the Earth Hour observance. It also has an original carousel hippodrome from the 1920s, the Santa Monica Pier Aquarium operated by Heal the Bay, shops, entertainers, a video arcade, a trapeze school, pubs, and restaurants. The pier's west end is a popular location for anglers. The pier is a venue for outdoor concerts, movies, and other activities.